Um, I'm very, very pleased and happy to be here and to see you. And I'm also very happy to see new faces here in this room. And yeah, what can I say? For me, the goal and my heart's intention is to bring something to you which I have planted to do something, but I don't know how it will be influence on your life. And you came here with something that you think you know it, but I'm giving you one tip now, let it go. Okay? And let the magic happen and trust. Now, my name is Chagai Katz. I know this is the only way to explain people how to pronounce my name, because if I'm going to write it in English letters or Dutch letters, it will be Hachai or Chagai or Shagai, but it's Chagai, like it's Chagai. Okay. No. And I'm 39 years old, married. I have 4 kids, 2 of them are here. And yeah, you already know it. And I'm living in Netherlands now for almost 2 years. And basically, I started my work as a healer in 2001. And before that, I have like 2.5 years of study of natural health. So I would really like to share with you a little bit something from the beginning. I know that there is a lot of people that knows me here, but also new faces. So I really like to start it fresh and to really explain everything from the point of view that I am here now, because I don't know what I'm going to say in about 6 months. I'm all the time update. Okay. Since I was a child, I felt a little bit different. I felt, to be honest, a little bit rejected, a little bit out of the society, observer. And then I had really the chance to look on people and to see what they are doing and how they are behaving and how really, when is my time to interact? When is my time to do something or not? So I was already searching from the age of very little boy, what I'm going to do in the future, what will be my destiny, what I'm going to do. It's very important. Not because I get the pressure from my parents, be this or be that, but I felt I have something, I have a mission, I have something to do. So after the army, I have 2 choices. Or I go to learn alternative medicine, because my mother recommended me to do it, or I'm going to be a sound designer. 2 different directions. But I said I don't like to work in the night, so I started to study as alternative medicine. And then one thing led to each other, and I found my love of my life. She's my wife today, and she introduced me the book of the work of Adrian de Veer. And this guy was really a person that went out of the box and expose and share a lot of information about how ETs have contribution to this humanity, to Earth, by giving healings for people with the help of people. And I was very curious about how could it be? How could it be that human beings working with ETs from outer space, from parallel dimension, and nobody knows about it? How come? I was very surprised, so I went to see the guy. Actually, he was all the time busy with healing people with terrible diseases and a lot of problems. You have to wait 2.5 months only to have an appointment. But I had the lucky because my sister-in-law, she had a book, she booked a session day after I was starting to read the book. So it was really easy for me to go there. And I went there. And when I shake his hands, something happened. Like the veil is away, gone. And then we sit inside the room, he let me be inside the room, and suddenly all my reality was changed. All the room, all the dimensions of the room were very different. I could see the ETs like you see in the sci-fi movies or in the drawing like you see nowadays on Facebook. But I'm talking about 2001, okay? So it's really sci-fi. And I started to see them. I started to communicate with them. And before I know, they offered me a job. They told me, listen, we know you have the abilities because you see us. You are a therapist already, and we want to collaborate with you. So before I had to think about it, I said yes. How? When? How should I do it? Should I participate in a course? Should I go to all kinds of workshops? Should I have Adrian as a master to lead me? No. The day after, I was already practicing ET-healing on my girlfriend then, she was. And it was marvelous. She had all kinds of sessions, all kinds of feelings, and for me it was really, really special. Because what I had to do, I only had to look inside her eyes and to open my heart, and to open my hands, and the magic happened. She felt all kinds of sensations, and it's helped her a lot. So it's given me a sign, okay, I'm not dreaming, it's really happening. My life now is really changed. It's already changed. What I need to do, just follow it. I don't need to know it, I need to trust it. So I went forward. Because for me, faith is about doing and then think about it. It's about gambling and then look on the cards. It's about jumping the pool, then see if there is water or not. I believe that even if you fall, then you learn. And this is my way of learning in this life. So I went forward and I started to speak about it. And come on, and we are talking about 2001 in Israel. And healing is not something that you can really speak on the street or hang on the sign here, okay? People really think you are crazy. I lost a lot of friends. Also, my family a little bit were away from me. So I understand, okay, I cannot share it with everyone. But I do like to share it with everyone that's open to listen to it. And I will keep on going. Doesn't matter if I'm going to lose everyone, because it feels in my heart all the time that I'm right, that I'm doing what I should do. And who are the ETs and why they are really helping humanity? I was lecturing about it almost now 16 years, and I keep seeing the same, saying the same, and feeling the same, but I'm only receiving more and more the positive feeling and understanding they are here because we have a mission together. Okay? We are not lower and they are higher. We are not poor and they are rich. We are not the one that needs to be on our knees and they will save us. We have a mission together. This earth is a secret place for all the universe. There is a lot of cultures from other planets. They have a goal here because they're looking for the Holy Grail inside our heart, our source of creation that we are connected to. Perhaps we are on the third or fourth dimension, but we have the rights to go to the top, to go to the source, and to reach the information, the knowledge, the power to achieve everything that we want, together with our emotions, together with our mind, and together with this flesh. Blood, bacteria, viruses, chemical, negative energy, whatever you're going to say, mind control, whatever we have here on earth, war, terrorists, blah, blah, blah. All these are only to give us more motivation to go forward. And they are here because they are already crossed this process of their development, but they are here because once the earth is upgraded, the frequencies, all the universe is expanded, is more pure, is more in balance. And this is the reason why they are collaborating with us. The ETs that I'm talking about, them, of course, I believe every one of you understand they are not from the physical dimension. They are from the higher dimension, the 5, the 6, the 7, and so on and so on. And this is just numbers, but I'm talking about frequencies. And they are here because they're here to remind us who we really are and when we came from. And this is something that we forgot. And this is why we are facing physical challenges, emotional challenges, mental challenges, and whatever, financial, whatever we are, securities, whatever that we are facing in. It's everything is in us. So by giving healing to people, providing them better quality of life, is the purpose of all of this is that we are going to grow in our frequencies. The early years, basically the way that I saw it from the beginning, it was that we are needed this help because we cannot do it ourselves. Something happened, and then I could understand that this was a one phase. But the deeper phase that we can do it ourselves, but we don't need to do it alone. This is the difference. And who we are and why we are here, this is something that we are here to discover. And it is here just to give us the opportunity to unlock those blockages and to really activate our full potential. I can also call it my self-healing abilities. I say self-healing abilities. But it's not only heal because you have physical challenges, diseases, blockages, whatever you're going to have. It's really to unblock the light inside of you, the knowledge inside of you, by removing the blockages, the traumas, all the false programs that we have, that we are containing from our birth, from our DNA, from our environment, from religion, from our culture, from everything that we are exist. It's all a lot of programs that lead us to be who we really are now. This is the status. But we are now more connected to our source of creation, and this is why you are here, and you are also in other places, because something inside of you say, stop, have to change, things have to change. Sometimes you are in a search, sometimes you're really, because you want something, you're looking for something, but you don't really know what you're looking for. So you're only going, and then you're going forward, and then you go right, and then you go left. And this is beautiful, because we are learning from everything. We are learning from all the experience that we have in life. And we are never stuck. Okay? I have a lot of people that come to me, I'm stuck. So where are you stuck? In the ground? No, because you're talking to me now. Physically, I hear you. You're only stuck when you're on the ground. It means that your mission on earth is finished. But even if you think that you are going in circles, you are not going in circles. You have like the same experiences, but you all the time change. and you all the time have a feeling that you are again frustrated because you act the same, old behaviors, old pain, old whatever. Old, 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 old. You have to stop to say it. It's everything is now. Everything is happening in the now. And you are developing, you are updating, you are picking up more information, more new knowledge, how to act from now. And how much you can pick up, how much you can really understand what you are really receiving, it's change. It's really dynamic. And we are also influencing very, very badly, I may say, about all these child books. It's also here in the Netherlands, you have to read a story for your children before you go to sleep. It goes to his subconscious. And all the stories of happy ending, it's maybe good in this massage secret rooms in Thailand, okay? But basically, there is no happy ending. We are all the time facing those challenges in life, and this is what brings us the opportunity to live here on earth. And this is beautiful. There is no quiet. Quiet will not come to our place. We are not here for being in a quiet, not in a nirvana. It's all illusion, basically. If you think you are going into meditation, and then over there you are going to have so much peace, and your mind will not work, come on. You activate your wash machine, huh? Because when you go inside a meditation, you start to clean yourself. And basically, a lot of people are angry about themselves. Stop thinking, stop thinking, stop thinking. You know, it's like you start to wash the dishes, and then there is dirt in the beginning. So let it happen. The same with pain. When we have pain, no. Let the endorphin goes. Do the work. Easy to say than to do, I know, but step after step. The work with the ETs, with the ET medical teams, the beloved ETs, for me was really my life mission. Was and still. But a year ago, basically a little bit less, more than a year ago, I was in a really, really roller coaster. No, roller coaster could be. Roller coaster. Yeah, it's in my DNA. I cannot help it. But basically, I felt there is something that I do is wrong, is not okay. I had really to really stop the train that runs from the age of 23. I was a ET healer, treating people with all kinds of diseases, people that have a lot of blockages, parasites, demons, curses, blockages, name it. I was a baby. I'm still, but a little bit heavy, so white hair now. So I felt that I'm going all the time, and there is something that I really miss. You know, I'm only depending about the ETs. The ETs are the ones that heal the people, and I'm kind of a tube, okay? And what happens if one day they're going to leave? What am I going to do?
You are a tube.
Yeah, I'm a tube. What happens if they're going to close the water? I want to be the okay, so people tell me, no, you should trust. Yeah, I'm trusting, because I did it for 14 years. And then I really felt that this is really the time to stop. Not stop with my work at all, is to really to change and to really understand what is really going on. So I had to stop because I had to really discover who I am. Who is Chagai Katz? What is my abilities also without the ETs? What I can do? Yeah, I know I can be a paramedic because I have a license. I did it for a couple of years, and I did all kinds of stuff. because I had to earn money. But this is not really me. I'm not here because I have to work and I have to give my children a food, okay? They will get food. We will have a house. I'm counting on it. I know it. But how? Do I only go to do it because I have to do it? Or I going to do it because I really love myself? So I really had to make a pause, to stop. And I said to the ETs, and they also said to me goodbye. It was really a stop. Then something happened. I started to be guided to really go inside of myself. And it was not pleasant to go inside my heart, my own heart, my own source of creation. A lot of stuff was in between. And what I need to do, I realized that there is no other way to do it, just keep on going inside. And I discovered few basic ways, I call it today self-healing techniques, how to heal yourself, alleen met jezelf, okay? Alleen. Without vitamins, without minerals, without all kinds of other methods. Only connecting to yourself. Only connecting with your own heart. So I started to pick up some information, and I already started to make some workshops, train people how they can heal themselves and how they can reach and make a connection with their own source of creation and the cosmic source of themselves. And my work was very quiet. I had to work with not so many people, but I was working with people that really believe in what I did and also was ready to be experienced, to really experience themselves in that way. And the result was marvelous, was beautiful. After one session, people healed and unblocked blockages from the ages. It was very good. But at one point I felt again something missing. I went too far to one side. Because I understood that for some reason, to be honest, it's really hard to do it only by themselves. It's really hard to only work with themselves, and some people were so sick that for them it was really to make a bad choice, to take responsibility and start healing yourself, and not getting help from other stuff, okay? And other stuff for me is the ET medical teams, because this is what I'm doing, okay? So what I had to do, and then start another conflict, another conversation inside myself, and I had to really break through it. I was so afraid in that moment that people were really going to lose all the faith in me. What you're going to do now? You're going back to the ETs? Because you already said, no, stop working with the ETs and all kinds of stuff. But now, what happened? So for me, it was really to go after my heart. It doesn't matter how people are going to react. I still don't know how to explain it, not now. Now I think I know. But in that moment, I didn't know really how to explain why I'm doing it. But I felt I need to do that. This is my mission now. And this is the next step in my evolution. It's really, and not only mine, it's in our evolution. To melt it together. In the steps, it happens that I really understand now. The team is really want to collaborate with me. And I understand that I also can keep the self-healing methods that I was developed, and I can synchronize them together. They can work as one. Self-healing and ET-healing together. You don't have to separate. You can make a choice. If someone really comes to me and say, no, I really want to do it myself, fine, respect it. I don't want ETs, fine, respect it. Or I only want to eat this because I really cannot heal myself. Respect it. It's good. This is the phase that you are now, and this is very good. And for some people, they are really into the hardcore of doesn't matter what is going on, I'm only going to do it alone, myself, without the help of no one. And this is also phase in life, that we need to know where we are now. Because I will be honest with you, when you're really connected, when you're really in line with what you feel, what you want, what is inside of you now, the healing will be so quick, it's unbelievable. But if it's still going on, and if there are still challenges, it means that you need to go. You have a healing goal, it's one. And you have reality, where you are here now. Where is your mental stage? Where is your emotional stage? Where is your physical stage? Where is your financial stage? You know, we have all kinds of frequencies that are not in line. And perhaps they will never be in line 100%, but it could be there will be a match. You know, like you take one line and you erase a piece, and then you get one line, you erase a piece, and then you try to put it in line. And when this is in line, the light that goes from upstairs goes downstairs. You cannot stop it, because if it's open, it's just flow. The light exists inside you, but you need to be in line with yourself, with your own status. You don't have to be perfect to be healed, but you really need to be honest. You need to be open. You need to let go. And you really need to be yourself. Sounds easy. Perhaps. So, the ETs are here because they can see what we cannot see. And we can see what they cannot see. Okay? It's very nice to see two blind people leading a car. I only see the right side. I only see the left side. Let's see what happens. just look a little bit like this. Seriously, it's really like that. We can see what they cannot see, and they see what we cannot see. So we can work together. This is how it works. They are from the higher dimension, parallel dimension, not the physical dimension like we are. They have life, they have flesh, they have blood, they are dying, they need to eat, they need to make children, recreate, make sex, whatever. They are laughing, they have humor, they have emotions. Yes, they have emotions. And I know that a lot of times you can hear from all kinds of sources, oh, it is, they have no emotions, they only have the mind and technology, and they are only operate by, no. We are, the ETs that I'm working with them, they are the beloved ones, they are the same like we are. They are not different. They have the same soul, structure of the soul that we have. But their consciousness level is different. Their intelligence is different. So, why they are not here on earth? Here, physically, talking to you. Come, you can come. No. I also have this question from many people, and you hear disclosure, when they will come back, or when they will be here on earth. Because then, if this has happened, then again we are out of our power, because this is our planet. This is our home planet, this is where we belong now. We can come from other dimensions, from higher dimensions, from whatever you came from, but this is our planet. And we are the only boss, we are the only authority on this planet. And we don't need saviors, we need support, we need information, we need knowledge. So they allowed to be here present in a higher dimension and to provide us what we need to go to the next step. They are not here to change our decisions. They are not here to take our free will. This is not what they are for. Okay? So even if we are doing something bad, this is our choice. And they cannot prevent it. But we are actually obliged to develop ourselves so we can get to the place that we can go to the next level. How the session goes, really right now, okay? Basically what I do, I sit with my client, we are talking, and we have discussion. I'm going to see what is really the goal that the person arrived. And once it's clear, then people lie on the table. And the session starts with connection to the heart. First, I call it the baseline. This is really when you start to really connect yourself, to make the heart connection. This is where you're more in line with the real purpose that you arrived. I keep on returning it because this is about faith. We need to trust. What's the reason that you are here today? And then when the connection made, then I'm starting to make some more synchronization with the rest of the body, with the rest of the full being that exist here in this room. And the next step is to invite the ETs, because the ETs brings technology and opportunity to look into our physical organs, on the etheric level. Of course, they're not going inside the physical, but just to understand when someone have let's say bad hernia, okay, hernia in the back, the spine cord. So what they can do, they will not slice it and how do you call it? Stitch it. They will work on the etheric part, so the body will going back to the original state, to the right position of how the spine cord should be. They're going to work energetically with their own technology that's based on our energy. So they will encourage our natural resources that we have inside our body to renew the cells, to exchange the fluids, to lower the inflammatory situation, etc. But based on the natural resources that we have inside us, okay? When you take, for example, synthetic medicine that works in a way that she guiding our system without considering what we can get or not. If we can have it, or we can accept it, or we are not. Make the right manipulation so the body will do what it should do. Okay? But the way that the ET medical work is, they are actually encouraging the natural responder systems inside the body to go back to the original state. And this is what keeps it pure and, of course, much more successful in the end. Which by the way, I'm not I'm not saying no to medicine, of course, or to operations, to other procedures you have to do in a hospital or with your doctor. Is it okay? But this is on top of it and brings much more benefit. Of course, it's your choice what you do, okay? If you say, I'm not going to my doctor, I only want you to help me, to support me, fine, but it's your decision, okay? I say it always, it's kind of disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I cannot subscribe medicine. I cannot say take or not take medicine. This is also legally I cannot do that. But it's more about your responsibility. And also to be honest, you can also say, hey, I have this disease. I love it. I also like to take the medicine once in a while. I don't want to get rid of it. It's mine. It's the only disease I have. By the way, I have asthma myself. And I have Ventolin. And every now and then I take it. Why? I say to all my friends, this is my only disease I have, thank God. I keep it to myself. I know once I get rid of it, maybe I have something else. So I need to be human. I really, I did work with it, and I really don't mind to share it with you, because I think it should be something that we need to be honest to ourselves. To say, hey, I also have glasses, maybe I can work on myself and get rid of those glasses, but for now I take my resources to do some other stuff because I think they are more high priority. So it's fine. And we can keep our blockages in a conscious way. And then we also going to love it. I'm not going to feel guilty. Oh, I'm here. How can I take a Ventolin in the middle of the night? Don't be good. I should do a selfing. I should do something else. Conscious decision, no. Okay? When I have something else, then I can do that. But this is my decision. And it's okay. Maybe I love it. Maybe this is the way I get attention. It's fine. And I believe that we are here on this earth because we need something, and also physical challenges are here for us. They are not against us. Was it that?
35 minutes.
Okay. Left.
Left.
Okay. Good. Vragen. Questions. Yes.
You just said that we can see what ETs cannot, and they can see what we cannot. What do we see that they don't see? Because I read that they see everything.
Yeah. We basically, but it's only, it's very abstract. We can see until the source, we can see all the dimension in our potential, okay? And then they can only see down, okay? Because if they are from the 7th dimension, they cannot see on the 8th dimension. They can only see the 6, the 7, 5, etc. Okay? And we can go here. This is the privilege to be on earth, okay? And you see they're not here, they're there, okay? Because we can connect to the higher dimension, to the highest dimension ever exists, and they can go only that direction. But it's all, I told it's very abstract, okay? But they also have in their own culture people that are, like we say, enlightened, that are higher than the average or really high, so they can see more. But the average can only see that way and that way. Okay, yes?
You were talking about honesty, to be honest to yourself.
Yes.
How do you know that you're really honest?
Good question.
I don't know.
This is very, very good question.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the question is, I said many times this afternoon that you have to be honest. Yes.
Maybe take the microphone.
Okay. We have this mobile microphone. Inside. Good. So if you want to ask a question, you give it the microphone. But if you really don't like the microphone, then it's also you might
Shout.
yeah, you can shout. That's it. That's it. How I know if I'm honest? It's a good question. I have no answer, one answer for you. I have more answers. Because when you say something, then you really feel it inside yourself, if you're honest or not. And sometimes if you're not honest, well, you have those two options. Once you say, yes, I am capable to do 1, 2, 3, okay? And then the universe is going to test you. You're going to see, hey, you said you can do that, show me. It's always happening very fast. As long as you're more connected to yourself, everything that you're going to say it. Hey, now I'm not getting angry. I'm really calm. Nobody gets me angry. Okay. 20 minutes afterwards, someone going to test you if you're going to be mad or not. And if you're open to it, then you're going to feel, then you can realize the connection. How can you know if you're honest to yourself, if you can also speak it with other people about your decisions? Once you are shared something that you're going to feel inside yourself, and you tell it to someone else, then you're going to receive a gift. You're going to react on it. And then you're going to realize if you really was honest, okay, or not. I was talking to my brother last week, and I told him all kinds of stuff about the gemeente. I don't know why, I really like the gemeente. No, I'm not honest. I said to me, why this? And I started to be very negative. And when I heard him talking, I was, no, they're not so negative. There are also good people over there. You never know. And I was like, am I really honest? I'm not really negative about it, but I felt that what I was saying to him, when he was repeating on it, for me it doesn't feel good. And why it doesn't feel good? Maybe I was just really angry and not really angry about the gemeente. So I blamed them. Really, in that moment I felt that I don't feel comfortable about what I'm doing now, so I'm pointing on them. Okay, they actually was very nice, but it's my mindset. So this is how you can test yourself if you're honest or not. Yeah. Yeah. I'll repeat it if someone knows.
If information comes through, but you can't see ETs, would it mean that the information is not from an ET, or do you really need to see them?
If you said to me that if information that
I receive now and then information.
you receive, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Like it's more personal.
No,
I
no,
receive information.
everything is personal.
I receive information, but I can't see ETs. Does this mean that it's not from ET, or does it mean that it might be from ETs, but I can't see them?
Yeah, if you receive information, and you don't know what is the source, okay, because you can get information with all kinds of beings, light beings, and also from yourself, okay. And this is what I really feel. It's come really more from your higher self, and not from external sources. Okay? You should really ask yourself, and sometimes it's really helping, when you ask really everything, all the information, if you are now a medium, a channeler, or you are in this spiritual development and you really want to channel, and you really want to receive information from the higher dimension, the first the step that you have to do is really to recognize and identify the source. And our authority as a human beings is to claim identification. Okay? ID, please. You start to give me your IDs. Come on. No. When you start to receive information, you have to stop and to ask identification. And then you can ask it again, and again, and again, and again. Okay, to make sure that it comes from the same source. And how you can recognize it? By recording the frequencies. Because the voice, the messages that comes to you could be, if you write it, the same, but when you feel it with your body, with your heart, with your feelings, with your body, you're going to feel specific frequencies, okay? And I will recommend to really connect to your own body and to see where in your body you feel the same vibration that you receive the knowledge, the information, the message, okay? Some people feel it here, some people have all kinds of sensation, okay? And so you really need to make a kind of a trial and error game, yeah, to search, to see, okay? And then you might feel that the message that you receive that could be very enlightened and very nice and very joyful, but it could be nonsense in the end, okay? So just see if it's last, you know, if the message is really helping you to change and it makes sense and it's feeling good inside your organs actually, then you can trust in it, okay? Even if you are not 100% sure about the source, you cannot really identify it, but I just want to let you know that we have the authority to really claim identification, like a police officer, okay? Yes.
Can ETs materialize things? Can they give you something?
Physically, if they can give me
a ring or
new iPhone.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we have to laugh now. They are not allowed. They are not allowed to materialize what we call to materialize. They cannot really download a physical matter. Yeah, otherwise I will do a lot.
You live in your family.
Not going to start with this. Okay, so I like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, but the reason why is because all the matter that we have here on Earth is based on the Earth. So it's have to be synchronization and have to go back to Earth. So if they're going to bring something, it's something from out of Earth. And then it's going to, in the end, break the balance that we have already so far. Not in balance, so it will add to it. Yeah. Yes?
Maybe it's a silly question. I have to think how to say it. When you have an illness, I know it has to do also with transformation. Everything has to do with transformation.
Yes.
Sometimes you want to differentiate if you get an attack from something, from the illness. You want to know if sometimes you can just be there and look at it, big witness. But sometimes you want to know if it's that when the signs get very strange, you want to know if it's transformation and you are already healing, or it's still the old virus attacking you.
Yes, actually the question is how to make the difference between the symptoms or the disease or whatever we are facing through is getting really worse, or this is part of our healing process and we need to let it be, okay, let it happen. This is a very, 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 very good question and not easy answer. But I would react myself in a way that I see if I can embrace it honestly, and if I can really take it and I'm still standing, okay, I can also lay down. But if I still feel, is it part of it? Or there is a big alarm inside me saying, no, go to your doctor, hey, change something, go to the hospital, control it. Control it or not, okay? It might be the case that you are in a healing process and it's so badly that you honestly cannot take it anymore, so you pause it and you do your medicine or you do your whatever you have to do, okay? I have a lot of people come to me with cases they need to go tomorrow or the next week to do an operation, but now they want to heal in 5 minutes. And it's okay. It's really courageous to come with such a goal like this, but it's also good to look at the reality and to see if in the reality you are now can take it. And this is your feeling that say it, And also if you can get recommendations and advice from your doctor, this is again, feel inside yourself how far you can go. But don't torture yourself, because there is sometimes very thin line between process or transformation through torturing moment, because this is going to bring you more traumas and more fears, okay? And there is honestly, I'm not personally, I don't believe that we really need to suffer so much to transform. But this is me, okay? And if you're holding in a position that inside of you said, yes, we have to really be so low to go through it, and this is what you believe inside of you, I will never judge it. And I cannot say, no, you are really don't. Fine, if your belief is like that, it's good. But you can also change your belief. Okay? And I also want to say something because I had some glitch in my I said Holocaust, okay? Not for nothing. Because most of the people that I see, they are the second generation of the Second World War. Okay, people from the age of 50, 60, 70, this is most of the people that I see in my practice. They're carrying the trauma of their parents or themselves if they are still here, okay? And this traumatizing frequency has to be healed. And the second generation took the responsibility and part of the weight of their own parents to carry it subconsciously. It's awful, but it is what it is. We've been educated that we need to carry the weight and the DNA frequencies or whatever experience that we have on ourselves to transform it through ourselves because of their own experience. Okay? I see it myself. I see my father. Okay? I see also other people, but for me it's very obvious. You know, I know that where my grandmother and my grandfather were. So for me, I see it, and still we're carrying it also. Myself, and I hope my children are clean from that. But we are carrying it. But it's again a choice to make, that we also can do it now, to stop with this process. Okay? Small question. Yeah? Yeah.
Would you know Chagai, where your ETs are originating from? Is it Sirius? Is it Pleiadian? Is it the moon? Is it? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, thank God it's not from the moon, because they say the moon is artificial also. Huh? You heard this? Actually, I agree. But that is a different question. The question that you ask is the source of the ET medical team that work with me. They are from Sirius B. They always were. Okay? Yeah. Sirius B. Sirius B. B. Sirius. By the way, if someone wants us to, yeah, if someone wants to ask a question in Dutch, it's also possible. Okay, that could be translated.
How do you stop the process that question to the lady there? You see the second word.
Yeah.
To stop that process, how do you do it?
The question is how to stop a process, for example, of carrying a trauma from other generation or from other people. What?
Een goeie.
Een goeie?
Ja, good question.
Ah, goeie.
Good one, goeie.
Goeie. Yes. This is the way I see it. Is first, you really need to see that you're really carrying it. Okay? Sometimes you think you carry it, so you really need to be honest to yourself that you are not a victim. Take it as a victim, and you're really now carrying something. Okay? But come on, if you have parents that came from Warsaw or come from had all kinds of influences from the Second World War, or other traumas as well. Okay, we have enough on this planet. You need to really be to take it as a kind of a project that you're going to really meditate or work on yourself. That you're going to see, yes, this is the case. Now I want to get rid of it. It's enough. Okay? Once you have this desire, this feeling inside of you that you really, now this is, I'm fed up, okay, of this, you really feel it, it's finished now, then it's really, could be, I'm talking now like, you know, you feel this, it's enormous anger or enormous feeling that is something that's sitting on your shoulders now, and you really want to stop with it, you want to finish it. Then the way to do it is not one. There is, I believe there is more ways, but what I can come up with now is to delete and remove this program. Basically, this is a program that you are being copy-paste. Someone downloads this program of the trauma and the behaviors and the feeling that comes with it, etc., etc. And all this package is on you, sitting, that you need to now to unblock and load, okay? So, there is a technique that I'm teaching, and I also do it by the session, is to delete and remove programs that we have. Should I speak about it a little bit? Maybe you can understand. Okay? 15. Okay. Good.
It's the same with diseases, of course. You have reuma in your grandparent and before.
DNA.
The same with the diseases.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually the same. That, come on, let's be honest now, okay? You are now in the age of X, okay? You all are understanding that you're going to grow older, and you're going to die, because when you are getting older, you're going to be sick, and you're going to die. The age of 80, 90, 100. Who believes it? Okay? This is also an artificial program that runs in our system. And there is a lot of people are now working to really bring this information inside of you, so you're getting more younger. Okay? So all the makeup, how you call it? All this, the lotion. They want to make you feel younger, okay? They want to your face. Huh? But this is a message, anti-aging. This is a message that you can buy something that's going to make you younger. They understand there is possibility to be younger, or to really live unending life. Okay? You need to work hard. You really need to work to get to this status. But now I'm missing something about the. So this is also a program. We carrying those programs all the time. Our mother told us once. Someone told me in Netherlands, when someone do like this, it's not nice. When you see one of my children sitting on the table, oh, why sitting on the table? In Netherlands, they don't like it. It's no, and right or wrong, okay? It's dangerous, okay? All kinds of belief systems. It's not nice to go on the street when your pants are dirty. My boys are here, they know it. Oh, look at your pants. Ah, they will keep it. Okay? All kinds of programs, and then we are talking about the religion, and then we are talking about our school metrics. Fine, everything. All these are programs. We need them. We also need a program how to brush our teeth. Okay, otherwise we stink and we have a lot of problems. Okay, so but we need to identify which program that we really need or not. The batteries. Anyway, we're carrying programs, okay? All the programs that we have, we live with them. We are living with them in a peace or with a war, but we are not conscious about it. Once we recognize, for example, fear, okay? Fear is a program. Fear is illusion. Fear from speaking in public. Fear from driving the car, fear from learning to an exam. Fears are programs. And once we realize we have those programs, and once we also realize that we are the only authority on ourselves, and I can have this computer, I'm the owner of this computer, I'm the master of this computer, I can delete all the programs inside of this computer, and I can also throw it to the garbage. I'm the boss. Okay? It's mine. I'm the boss on our body. I can also take my life. How? First, know how to take my life, but how we taking control of our programs. there is few techniques. I have one that I'm working with. Basically, you need to reach to understand the name of the program. You really need to name it. The name should be resonate with your heart. You should feel it. You also need to be connected to your heart, because otherwise you can have your mental speaking boss. And then you need to know the feeling that comes with it. Because, for example, I have a fear to speak in public. The feeling that comes with it that they're going to eat me. I'm very delicious. And I run away. Like the perfume, you know the perfume, the movie?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's all those stuff are stuck into our main brain. All those fears are somewhere, could be right, but maybe from 2,000 years ago or 25,000 years ago. Okay? In our memo brain. It exists. We're really afraid of behaving in a way that is not relevant to the time that we are living now. Okay? This is a really ancient programs. Okay? Once we realize the feeling that comes with it, and we really go to the source of the feeling, okay, it should be very precise. We're giving a command from our source of creation, and we're removing it. We actually can remove it the same like installing programs in our computer. Sometimes it happens like this, okay? And the feeling is disappeared immediately. But for example, if I'm now specifically, because this is a 4 hours workshop that I'm giving now in 5 minutes, but easy to say than to do, but it's really like that, okay, to be honest. But what I want to say is that, for example, the specific question that you have is something that you really need to work on it, and perhaps there is not one program, there is 100 programs, okay? And you need to delete them all. Or you can go to the main program, like delete the windows, huh? Delete the windows, no files. That's it. So this is a work. I cannot say exactly what the coordinate, where to go and what to hit, but it's something that you need to discover, and if you need support, you're welcome. Yeah, yeah.
I have another question. I know everything has to do with trust, but how do you know you have the right information from the right ET? Because there are lots of dark ETs as well. Or is it, can you put just you attend to it, that you get the right information from the right ET?
The question is who? Me, you?
If you're working with ETs, how do you know that
You're working
you're
with ETs.
No, you are working.
I mean,
How do you know that you get the right ET with the true pure intention?
you understand it's very important what you ask, because
Yeah.
how can I know that I'm speaking with the one?
The right one.
Okay,
Yeah.
the right
Okay.
one.
Because there are a lot of darkness, Lord, around us. But if your tent is pure, then I'm.
You know, I can answer in my position now that I'm working with them for 15, 16 years already. It's quite different from what you have in the beginning. It's like you recognize the sound of your husband or your boyfriend or your daughter. You recognize it, you know it. It cannot fool you.
There's no manipulation in the air.
There could be a manipulation in the air, of course. But in that sense, especially, you need to feel inside yourself, and this is, I know it's very difficult to explain it. But you really need to feel inside yourself if this is the right frequency or if this is what you want. You can have all kinds of techniques. For example, how to do it, okay? Sometimes, myself, I'm receiving messages and then I receive another message, don't tell your wife, or don't ask Ingemar, okay? Or just do it. Then I will ask why. Sometimes when you're asking a very important question, you want advice from 5 people. Okay, it's your right. But if I'm going to receive an answer, don't tell them because you have to do it now, it's really important. Okay? Then I'm going to feel, perhaps they're right. Okay? When I have now a session and someone asks me, do you think it's a good idea for me to do XYZ? I have no time to consult with, I need to give the answer immediately. Okay? So in that matter, I really connect to myself even more than I'm connecting during the session, and really feel inside my heart and asking over and over again to see if it's the same information, the same knowledge, and the same word. Because one of the things that I can tell you, when you have, for example, a double meaning, okay, then you really need to be careful. When you have fear, when you have do it now, then you have, if you don't do it, this will happen, or we are the only one that knows, you don't know anything, you have to do what I'm going to tell you. No. Okay? It's all right. It's also okay when the ETs could be very firm, and they have to tell me, please listen to us. Please listen to us. Okay? Before you take this decision, before you go to have this meeting, please listen to us. Then I'm going to ask, what? I'm listening. Talk to me. What do you want to say? Okay? So then it's open discussion. Okay? It's not like, boom, you have to say it because I'm your commander, you have to go. No, doesn't work like this. I understand when they are firm and they could be, they're not angry, but they can be very clear when they're going to really preventing me to do something that is not good because I'm anxious to do it and I'm really enthusiastic to do whatever I want to do. Okay? So they're going to give me sometimes possibilities. And when you get no answer, this is also an answer. Okay? Sometimes you go to Clara. Okay. Sometimes you can ask the same question and you can get two answers. This is also okay, but just test it. Okay? Now, a pause.